Hey guys, welcome to another SaaS and Pitch Teardown. Today we have Square, which is probably the market leader when it comes to payment processing for a lot of these retail stores. And today we're going to review some of their messaging, right? So a lot of these stuff is actually not that great because as a market leader they can afford to not be as clear as other companies. But there are a lot of improvements that I would make here, right? So, but before we get into that, let's see what kind of improvements you can make to your one website, right? So you can go ahead and DM me and ask me about it, or you can just go to Cortez.design, book a free introduction call, and figure out if it can help you in the first place and what tweaks we want to make, we should make, and stuff like that, right? So let's jump right into this teardown here. So when it comes to the headline here, they say power your business with Square. What I would do is I would just show on a high level what are the things that Square would do. So I'd say like everything you need to accept payments. I would probably say what it says here, right? So everything you need to accept payments, build customer relationships, and double your business, or something like that, or grow your business in store and online, and then say below everything you need to accept payments, build customer relationships, and build reports, file taxes, all that sort of thing that they might do and people might care about, right? So I would change that around. These images, they're good because they're showing what can be done. What I would actually do is I'll probably just have like a grid where I would show like several of these, and I would show the biggest use case, but I would show like several of these at a time, so people could see the different businesses that are using it. But so far they're making it really clear what type of people might want to use Square, right? So that's good. Now this part is where it gets really tricky, because what they're doing is they're sending people to a ton of different pages with something that could be explained way faster, right? So they can still link to other pages so people can check out more. People that are like slightly more skeptical, or they're switching from another tool and they really want to see every single feature, they can still totally link it. But what I would do is I would show on a high level every single thing that Square does and how much better it is than just using other tools or just the way that you're managing at the moment, right? So for commerce, both in retail and online, right? How do they go together? So both in person, right? You can turn an iPad into like a POS system, and then you can see probably all your inventory. You can check all the payments. You can accept all these different types of payments that previously maybe they didn't accept. Maybe you can have a stat of how many people like to pay with their phone instead of paying with cash, and how many more sales that could get you, right? Stuff like that, where they really want to see, hey, the payments part is going to be way better than managing the customer side and including email and SMS marketing and sending the messages to try to customers to try them make them try to come back and have them as a repeat customer. That's yet another amazing thing, right? When it comes to banking, maybe they offer loans, maybe they offer a custom credit card, maybe they offer a way to check all your expenses and your savings and all that stuff from one dashboard. Maybe integrates with other tools that you're using, right? All these things could be explained in actually a small section that is like this big, where you can explain the 80-20 of these features. And then if people want to learn more, they can just click on it, right? Same thing with the staff. How do you manage your team? How do you manage the benefits? Can you add commissions when your sales team, when your team like sells more, right? And get a commission on some items, but maybe a commission on other items it's not like relevant because they're like too cheap or something like that, or it's not in the agreement. Whatever it is, you want to show how each one of these things could be way better with Square, instead of just forcing people to check every single page, and then they're just going to be lost, and then they're not going to see how everything kind of works together, and that is not going to make any sense, right? So that's what they should do. Then what they do again is now they divide it into different niches, which is good. But now they have too many links, right? Now they have to see it for retail, have to see like for food and beverages, like for professional services, for large businesses. Probably they should have done this with events as well, because for large businesses they're showing like an event here. So stuff like that, right? So they just should have said the same thing. I would probably use this as like a social proof type section where it says, millions of business are using Square, from food and beverages, from services to large businesses and stuff like that. And then I would link them out, right? I would probably list it out like this instead, right? Where people can choose, they see the picture, they see all the pictures at a time, and it's much easier to click through if they want to learn more, right? So this part is good, where it says no hidden fees, no long-term contracts, like they can cancel at any time, that sort of thing. This is the thing that people are really scared of from other payment processes or the solutions that they might explore like locally, right? So this is really good. I would probably also show this right below the hero, right? So example right here, so people, before they even scroll down, before they get to the end, they know, hey, there's no fees, there's no like hidden cost or stuff like that. You just pay monthly and that's it, right? And then on the pricing, for example, just with the normal fees that other people charge, I would show how much more they can be saving, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. And by fees, I mean like no hidden fees and stuff like that, right? That's pretty much for this teardown. If you want to see how this might apply to you, go to cortez.design/apply, which redirects you to this page. And what we'll be doing is we can go ahead and start with a free introduction call, kind of figure out if I can help you, if the timing is right, because there are some companies that try to optimize too soon, or they try to optimize too late, and then they kind of lost some of the opportunities they have, or when they do it too soon, they don't really have enough volume for it to make like a lot of sense or to be like the biggest priority. So let's see where you fit in that timeline. And then in case we are like a good fit, we just book another strategy call to figure out, okay, what are the tweaks we want to make? What does the process look like? What are the 3 or 4 biggest opportunities for the next few months or for the next year that we can squeeze 100, 200, 300,000 in annual revenue out of the traffic you already have, right? So, but this depends on a lot of volumes, on the traffic volume, on the pricing of your product, how you get your customers, stuff like that, right? So let's figure out how this applies to you. Just go ahead and book a call below, or DM me if you have any questions. Hopefully you enjoyed this teardown, and let us know what you think about it in the comments. Cheers.